Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. And I want to go over history of some of the Smith& Wesson 500s. What you're looking at is the first Smith& Wesson 500 that they made. This was 500 Magnum and had a built-in porting. This is the first one they made, 5-shot, and took the 500 Magnum bullet. The next one they redesigned it. They came out with was the 8 and 3/8, which replaceable compensators at the end of it, and it had a fixed blade and fiber optic sight. You could interchange them. Still 5-shot. Nicer looking gun, so everybody was pretty popular. And this replaced that first one. I like the way this one looks myself. They both had adjustable sights in the rear. And the next one they came out with was the M500, and that's this one right here, 4-inch. And this was their smaller, compact 4-inch. Now, it really was a 3-inch barrel because the 1-inch compensator, if you see it at the end of it, they're replaceable compensators, that's removable. So it's from the forcing cone of the cylinder to the beginning of the compensator was 3 inches. And this was the M500, and it sported 5 shots. It had the X frame, very, very powerful gun. Had rear adjustable sights and front fixed blade sights. They didn't have fiber optic on these because the problem of the recoil. Um, Fiber optics would probably shake out or break. Now, this was more of a bear country gun, if you wanted to call it. And they came also with another gun, which was an intermediate size. This intermediate size one was 6.5 inches. It more followed the lines of the 44 Magnum model, but it was a 500 Smith & Wesson also, and it's still in production. You'll notice up on the top where the porting is. This is similar to how the original 500 Magnum, but the porting was actually right on top, and that is similar, and it was at the end of the barrel. This is a little bit more controllable porting because you could see there's still some barrel in front of it. This was an okay gun, but myself, I don't really care for where the frame looked. And myself, my favorite's probably the 4-inch. It looks a little bit more equal, a little bit more proportional. Now they do make another one. I think it's a John Ross or something. I think it's a 5-inch 500. Pretending, it depends on what kind of gun you want to get. 500 Magnum probably is the most reliable gun made. There's a Desert Eagle, but I would have to say this is more reliable than a Desert Eagle. It just is. It's a powerful gun. It's 500 Magnum, and you can get a wide assortment of cartridges for this gun. You get Smith & Wesson 500, like a 300 grain plated, just target ammo. You can get up to 400 grain 500s. You can get 440 grain 500. You can get actually 700 grain bullets for this gun too. So there's a lot of different bullets you can get for this gun. It is an awesome gun. Let's go and take a look at some. Now they have make some performance series hunting ones that have 10-inch barrels and 12-inch barrels and shit like that. And here's a picture. Performance Center, really wild looking gun. If you could see this, this is really like a hunting gun or something for hunting elk or buffalo. I don't know, but it's a 500 Magnum, also a 5-shot. You can put a scope on it. It's a sling, very heavy gun. But there's a Performance Center hunting 500. Those I guess have their place, but that's a wild gun. But like I say, it's not going to be any more powerful than any of the other 500s. You might get a little bit more foot pounds and a little bit more velocity because it's a longer barrel, but that's about it. Can handle the same type of bullets as all the other ones, even the 4-inch or 3-inch, and they do make some of the bear country guns, which are, I'll show you real quick. I think they're ridiculous because in a 500 Magnum, I mean, I don't know, you couldn't handle the gun. And here's one of their small 500s. They have a bear country, a bear kit. And I'll show you here some of the other 500s that they make, which have unfluted cylinders. Now, fluted really is just makes it look nice. Has nothing to do with the strength of it because where the bullets are, they're not in the fluted area. They're in between the flutes where the cylinder's thicker. So it doesn't really make it any more powerful. It just makes it look a little bit better. But these here are like, I mean, if we're talking about the 10 5/8 one, performance centers, then these are ridiculous. These are way too small. I mean, and there's no compensator on it. Oh, forget it. It's a joke to fire one of these. But I guess it would be like a collector's item, and if you put a really low load in there, if you loaded your own bullets or something, maybe a 200 grain. uh, yeah, but they are what they are. And let me go show you some of the other ones here, some of the bear claws and stuff like that, the little fancier ones that they have. Now, guys, this is the bear paw. It's the Bear Hunter Special. It's the same thing like just a regular M500, same size barrel, same strength, same grips, just it has some engraving. Probably would make it a little hard to polish if you ever wanted to. It's no fluting on it. Notice it's an unfluted cylinder, and that's just for looks. It kind of looks nice because it's got some decorations on it. Is it worth it? Well, apples and oranges. It's the same basic gun. They just kind of dialed it up. But if I was going to get a small gun in a 500, this is probably the smallest I would get. You could get the uh, Bear Emergency Kit or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, I guess. But I don't think you can hit anything. Uh, that's one. It's one hell of a round if you're using Magnum loads. So they make a lot of 500s, and it comes down to what you like. Now 500 versus Desert Eagle. Um, they're both good guns. The biggest difference is you can get a 500 for about 900 bucks used. Desert Eagle's going to be 1,500. So you have to weigh that different $500 or $600. If I did get a Desert Eagle, I would get only stainless. I probably never would get any other type of gun. The stainless are really nice. The finishes on them. I used to have carbon steel, and I'll plate it and coat it once. They're a pain in the ass to keep, take care of the finish. So that's going to really depend on you. But thanks for tuning into the video. Hopefully this kind of, gave you a little information about some of the Smith & Wesson 500s that are out there. And, please comment. And this maybe will get you to make an educated choice on what gun you want. But you don't have to use Magnum loads in these. You can get just 300 grain Smith & Wesson 300 grain plated bullets from Hunting Shack, and they're pretty inexpensive, and the bullets handle fine, and you won't kill your hand. You'll have fun at the range. Thanks a lot.